The wet weather is good for all of that local growing. If you're looking ways to use your bounty of summer produce, Executive Chef Ron Stratton of Figures & Company Resto Bar shows us how to use all of it from root to tip. I have passed by your restaurant. It's on Avenue Road, south of Davenport, and I thought it was a nightclub slash comic book store. It is a super cool restaurant inside.
We do that to kind of trick people.
Yeah.
And it lures them into the building. And then, of course, they're filled with surprise.
Very New York City of you. So you can actually go and enjoy. You say you want to take the stuffiness out. You want people to go in, have fun with the food. They can get a comic book. And, of course, you're incorporating the best that we have to offer depending on the season.
Of course. Well, that's, as chefs, is what we have to do, right?
Yeah.
Pay homage to all the things that are local to us. And beautiful, obviously.
In season right now, you've got the corn, tomatoes, pepper, artichoke.
Artichokes, all kinds of chilies, beets. Yeah.
And you're really a big believer in you don't want to waste. So whatever you can eat, we eat.
Exactly, and we try to use the whole product. So, for example, this carrot dish, we're making fresh pappardelle with a vegetable peeler, and then we're using the core and cooking it with some orange juice and some pickled ginger and making a puree underneath it.
Can I?
Yes, of course.
Fresh veg on top.
And then on the other side are some heirloom baby carrots that had just been lightly poached and then seasoned really masterfully.
And beets, you can use and eat the leaves.
Yes, so this is another example of using the whole vegetable in itself. So we use the stem and the leaves to garnish, and then we use the beets themselves for the salad, and then of course a different preparation for the carpaccio.
You'd be dropping them beets.
Yes, we try to.
What do we
So I'm going to show you a dish that's on the menu. It's really paying homage to tomatoes at its best, and these are grown locally in greenhouses. So
and they always look like this. They don't look as pretty, which means they're extra delicious, right?
Exactly. This is called an heirloom varietal, which is kind of the original tomato and the way it was grown. Apparently scientists have come together and made red tomatoes because they feel like it sells a little bit better.
Is that right?
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Okay.
So we're just going to cut these up.
And so you put the whole thing in, like even a little bit of the stem and the bruised parts, or no, you do cut them?
Well, I cut the harsh piece of the stem off because it's not really the most delicious.
Palatable.
But for the most part, everything is edible here.
Okay.
So this is a cherry tomato kind of compote. What we've done is we've taken some heirloom cherry tomatoes and we've cooked them in brown sugar, some balsamic vinegar, and salt.
Little acidity.
And that's it. So we're just going to put this.
They almost look sun-dried, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit. It makes it really sweet and a little bit acidic.
Brings out the richness.
And then what we're going to do.
And I love that you say you have a bunch of little platters. So you can share and try a whole bunch of things. Like you'll have 5 different fish platters.
Well, exactly. I don't want people to come to the restaurant and only have one of my plates. I want them to experience a lot.
Yeah, that's happening more and more. It makes sense.
Exactly. And then we change the menu quite frequently.
Also, they say you should incorporate the rainbow every day.
Exactly.
So the more of those plates you're eating, you're getting more nutrients, you know, varied fruits and veg and proteins.
This is just some colossal green olives that we've pureed. That's to give a little bit of salt and brininess to the actual dish.
It's all about the balance.
Then this is a tomato jelly.
How do you do that?
So we take canned tomatoes. We puree them, and then we strain them through a fine sieve. And then we just set it with a little bit of gelatin.
Ode to the tomato.
Yes.
And is that a pesto?
That is a pesto.
Goes so well with it, the basil.
And then we're going to do this fancy swoop.
A fancy spin on the humble tomato, elevating it and enjoying it in all of its glory.
Exactly.
'Tis the season. And make sure you go see Chef Ron. I'll be heading over. This is amazing.
Awesome. Thank you.
The restaurant is called Figures, and yes, from the front you'll see a bunch of comic books. It's so New York City, and then
and
you
you
go
can
in
buy
and
all
there's
this stuff too, and spend a bit of your money inside of our place.
I noticed the ode to Mickey Mouse there on your dessert.
It's cute.
Very playful. Thank you, Chef.